Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to go over with this car are the features. So the first feature I'm going to show you guys is with the key. You unlock it and then you hold it down and it will roll down all your windows. Depending on how long you hold this lock for will determine how the length of the window that you're going to be rolling down. So if I want to do it again, just do it like that. And another thing to keep in mind are these back windows don't roll down all the way. All right, so now I'm going to show you the cruise control, how to operate the car while driving. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so now I'm going to be going over the cruise control. So as you can see, there's another Honda Civic right ahead of me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click main, okay, and that's going to bring up the ACC and LKAS. So basically what that is the cruise control. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this side button right over here on the right. It has a car and then it has 3 lines here. And what that does is that sets a preset showing how far I want to increase or decelerate my car. Basically the distance of the car. So right now this car is going far too slow. So I'm actually going to hop over and go on this car over here. Then I'm going to set the preset to close by, and then I'm going to set it. So as you can see on the display there, it locked down the car, and the car ahead of me is braking. I'm not taking control of the braking or the acceleration. I am just steering right now, and it's going to brake automatically. Look, I'll keep my foot over here. Brakes automatically. And then it's gonna, well, there's a stop sign here, so I have to take control. See, when that happens, it turned off the cruise control. Obviously I have to follow the law because there's a stop sign there. But if I was going on the highway, you can see how that can work. Another feature that this car has is it can steer on its own as long as there's lines in the road. So, and they have to be clear too, because I've tried this on a farm road where there was dirt kind of covering these lines and it wasn't working. So let me show you how to do that again. So I'm gonna turn this off, turn it on, go to main. I'm speeding, I'll slow down here. Go to main, then I'm gonna click on this button right over here. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then bam, see how it's indicating right there, and the lines have to be filled in for this to work. So I'm gonna let off and it's gonna steer all on its own. Sometimes it's not 100% perfect, but like sometimes I'm scared. I'm a little paranoid with the system, and right now it turned off. The only thing that I don't like about what Honda did on this design was it doesn't tell you when it turns off, so it's a little risky. So you have to constantly be looking at this. I think you have to be going at least 45 for it to activate. Let's see. Okay, I'm going 45. Yeah, so you have to be going at least 45. See how there's a break in the road there? Like, I'm not too sure if it can sense that. Now it's asking for assistance. Let's see if it steers. Yeah, so right now it turned off. So it's it's good on the highway. It's not really good in suburbs over here, because as you can tell, there's another brake. But now it's turning that way. See, it kind of gets messed up a little bit. So you definitely don't primarily want to do this if there's a lot of brakes in the road. I just realized, since I'm in this stop and go traffic, I'll show you the example of this feature again. So let's set it to, I think right there is about good. So it's gonna lock onto that car ahead of me, and I'm keeping my foot off the gas and brake, and it's just gonna track this car ahead of me. So when that car brakes, my car will brake. When that car accelerates, my car will accelerate. If your car comes to a complete stop, for 5 seconds, it's going to turn off, and then you're going to have to drive manually. So just keep that in mind. Oh, there's a turn coming up right up here, actually. So, and I'm actually going kind of slow, so. See, it turns. And I'm going kind of slow, so I'm going to accelerate. No hands. It's a little scary. Like, I don't want to crash my car. I don't want to be unsafe. Let's see how it handles this turn here. See, it turns. Okay, now it's requiring assistance. So you don't really have to touch the steering wheel too much. You just want to keep your eyes on the road. But if you had to like grab something, like you had to get a drink of water, or you know, this preset is perfect. Just make sure you're not going through any windy hills or anything, because then you're probably gonna fly right off. Let's go over these 3 buttons over here. Not that many people know what these mean, so I'll go over them really quickly. So this first one here, if you have it set, let's say you're driving and you're drifting off, and there's a camera up here, by the way. So if you're drifting off, your car will automatically pull into the lane that you're already in. So that's always good to have, just in case. Then this one right here is a collision sensor. So basically, if you're going at a really high speed and the car up in front of you is completely stopped, your car will automatically start braking. Another thing is this traction control. So you can have this off or on. You generally always want to have this on. The reason that you would ever turn this off is, let's say you got stuck in the mud or you're on some like ice, and you need to like manually turn it off because you need to like get your car towed out. But generally though, you always want to have this on.